Update 26 went live a few days ago, and a lot has changed ever since, but what's going on beyond the latest patch? Well, you are about to find out. It's news time. Hello everyone, welcome back to another Fallout 76 video. Update 26 brought dozens and dozens of changes to the wasteland, and a huge part of them are not even part of the patch notes. I spent the past days testing hidden changes and new issues, so if you would like to learn more besides what's in the official patch notes, feel free to check these update overviews. I also have a video covering the main highlights in case you are a returning player. Anyway, for this news, I will discuss the latest details we got about the Steel Rain DLC and the upcoming public test. And I will also go over some major issues, such as a new enemy spawn bug and the returning weapon durability bug. Meanwhile, I will give you a small update on the player vendor bug and even the gaming media coverage for 76. As usual, I have a full round of news just for you, so without any further delay, let's crack right into it. First of all, let's go over the latest Inside the Vault news, where Bethesda unveiled some more details about the next Steel Rain DLC, which will most likely be Update 27 or 28. According to the 2020 content roadmap, this DLC and its features will fill the entire summer season, so it's not clear if Bethesda will release the entire DLC in one single go or make a slow release with multiple patches. However, we might have a hint here. They did mention how our next round of updates while talking about Steel Rain and the main highlights, so it gave me the impression there will be more than just one update. Anyway, the legendary crafting system is coming, and this feature should allow players to craft basically any gear plan they have learned as a legendary. That was revealed at their Reddit AMA about a month ago, and now we also know Bethesda wants to evolve the entire gear system, and to do that, they plan to add brand new legendary effects, and they will also introduce some balance changes to existing legendary effects. My best guess here is that they might slightly nerf Welding and Bloodied, because these are the strongest legendary effects right now. That would be the easiest path for sure. If they nerf these two, then all the others would restore some value on its own in the process. However, I think they should do the opposite. They should buff most existing effects and make the system more dynamic and more balanced. We have so many legendary effects nobody wants to even hear about, like Nocturnal or Berserkers, for example, so it's going to be interesting to see what path they take. Moving forward, legendary power armor is also on the way, and all Bethesda said about this is that we will be able to craft any power armor as legendary, so that's definitely great news, especially because there's plenty of hacked ones in game already, so with this feature, such items will become normalized, sort of. All I can say about this is that once Steel Rain goes live, it will be the power armor age. Why would you play in plain armor anymore when you can access so much more defense with legendary power armor? Think about that. Lastly, the new Brotherhood of Steel questline will also come with the upcoming DLC. Bethesda said players will carry the Brotherhood banner across the wasteland while picking up where Steel Dawn left us. There will also be new locations, new rewards, and new threats to fight. I think new lore and missions are always exciting, and I really can't wait to see how the Brotherhood Appalachian chapter ends, if this is the final resolution, that is. Also, let's keep fingers crossed for Team Valdez. I know a lot of you guys want to side with her, me too, so it would be wonderful to see that option available, right? What do you think? In the latest Inside the Vault article, we also got news on the next public test, which will be for Steel Rain. Bethesda confirmed they plan to open the public test servers once again in May. I would say at the very end of May, since we are basically in May already. And Update 26 just went live a few days ago, but no exact date was given for the next PTS start. Moreover, they also said they want to release the next update in the summer, which is a very broad and generic statement. As such, it's not clear how long they plan to keep the next PTS running. I guess only time will tell. Okay, now let's talk about Season 4 and the fact that quite some players have already managed to complete the entire scoreboard. Yeah, I've been seeing such players who are using the rank 100 power armor skin, which clearly means they have finished Season 4 in a couple of days. How is that possible though? Well, the first way is if they bought most of the ranks using atoms. Each rank costs 150 atoms, so that means they would need around 15k atoms, which costs 150 euros, give or take. There is that possibility, but always the big but, huh? A new experience and score glitch was made public on the patch release day, which means players had more than time to abuse this exploit and finish Season 4. After all, the exploit allowed players to unlock hundreds of levels very easily, basically at no cost. All they had to do was craft thrown weapons using certain perks and voila. That's why Bethesda disabled the ability to craft this type of weapons yesterday, April 29, because they tried to control the situation. And I guess they have no fix yet, so the best decision is to obviously disable the source that enables the cheat. I would say a little bit too late, because 2 days was more than enough to reach rank 100 using such exploit. But hey, 2 days live surely did less harm than, for example, 1 week, if their reaction was slower. Anyway, it wouldn't surprise me if another ban wave will come soon, because Bethesda usually bans players who abuse score glitches. So if you guys did it, be prepared, anything could happen, just saying. What about the new PTS Pennant, huh? I've seen quite some comments where you guys are wondering what happened to it. And it just went live, that's right. Literally, while I was doing the voiceover for this video, Bethesda released the pennant. And they did inform us that the new pennant would take a few days to go live after the patch release, and there it is. After 3 days, the new super mutant pennant has been auto-unlocked to all the eligible players. To see if you have unlocked it, make sure to go to wall decor in building mode, and then look for the PTS Pennant entry. If you have unlocked the Vault Boy and or Girl before, then it's the same entry, just use the arrow to find the mutant one if that's the case. Well then, do enjoy your new trophy. Next, I want to give you a quick update on several ongoing matters. First of all, the gaming media has been widely covering Fallout 76 again, and the lock and loaded new features. I've seen dozens and dozens of articles from major gaming websites lately, such as GameSpot, GamesRadar, and even Kotaku. And that's great. Positive publicity never hurt anyone, right? But with all the emerging issues, that might change in the following days. Let's hope not, but who knows. Anyway, some of you guys asked me for an update on the recent fair trade petition organized in petition.org about a month ago, and I must say there's hardly any updates. It reached almost 1,400 online signatures, but I haven't seen Bethesda acknowledging this petition until now, so I'm not sure it had the impact some of you guys were expecting. Lastly, in my latest stream, you guys asked me a few times about the player vendor bug, and it's not fixed, it's the same old stuff. However, the good thing is, as I usually explain, this is a rare bug, which means it doesn't happen so often, and when it does, I doubt many people report it because it's not a very noticeable bug until later when you check your stash for a certain item and it's not there anymore. I checked Reddit and there are a few reports from the last month alone. Nothing major though, as you can see. However, a friend of mine reported losing a stashed item right after the patch, so if this is true, it proves this bug is still healthy and running as usual. The weapon durability bug is back, and as to be expected, many weapons are now breaking much faster than they used to with update 25. There are probably hundreds of reports at this point. It's a major game-breaking issue, and it's happening to basically all of us, one way or the other. From what I read, almost every weapon type is being affected by such very inconvenient bug. However, it seems like explosive weapons are the ones breaking faster. I can confirm that my explosive combat and Gauss shotguns are now breaking at the speed of light. I have to repair them almost every hour when I'm actively using them non-stop, and to be fair, I'm not used to that anymore. I spent 3 months enjoying the fixed durability, the wonders of not having to repair all the time, and now it's broken again. It feels very weird, but you're not alone, guys. So if you feel like your weapons are breaking all the time, you're not going crazy. It's really happening to everyone. It's a returning bug, and as such, I'm confident Bethesda will manage to fix this soonish. After all, they fixed it in the past, so how hard should it be to fix it again, right? Right. Anyway, they addressed some reports already, and they have been asking players for more details on affected weapons, and they are actively investigating the reports. So if you guys have useful information or tested your own weapons, I recommend you to post it on Bethesda's forums or over Reddit. As for now, keep your repair kits at hand. You're really going to need them. Another major issue that went live with update 26 is the enemy spawn bug. Yeah, for some reason enemies are not spawning as intended anymore, at least at certain crowded locations such as West Tech, White Spring Golf Club, The Burrows, and even Huntersville. There are dozens of reports about this already. Now, I'm not sure if this bug is being associated with these locations because they are the most popular ones. I mean, they are pretty much the mainstream locations almost everyone goes to when they want to farm experience and or legendaries. So that could be the reason, because I do think this enemy spawn bug is affecting all the spawns in game. Yes, I'm being real here. As far as I know, this bug prevents enemies from spawning correctly or spawning at all. So if a player clean West Tech, for example, the bug will prevent enemies from spawning back, which means other players will always find it empty or with corpses, or with just 1 or 2 enemies spawn instead of the full batch. Anyway, this bug is also affecting missions when it involves spawn enemies, of course. I tried to do cop a squatter today, and look at that. My enemies didn't spawn, not a single one of them. The mission interface kept marking the enemies in my screen and compass, but they weren't there. They were nowhere to be found. I even checked under the map to make sure they were not stuck there somewhere, because that's something that often happens in daily operations, but as you can see, there's nothing there, nothing. They just don't spawn at all where they are supposed to. Needless to say that this can and surely is affecting all sorts of missions and probably events too, at least the ones based on enemy spawn. Anyway, Bethesda already noticed the issue and they are investigating what's wrong, so let's hope they don't take too long to get to the bottom of this issue. The next news is about the weekly community event, which is Gold Rush. It's now active until next Monday, May 3, so make sure to exchange those treasury notes and unlock up to 400 gold per day. It's always a great opportunity to farm more gold if you are still missing some of the plans at faction vendors and or at Vault 79. Now, I came across a strange bug today where my gold machine limit is only 200, the basic, the normal. I tried to exchange 40 notes in hopes it would be a visual bug, but it's not. However, it seems to be related to the reset times, and the 200 should become 400 when my daily reset is up. So if this happens to you guys, wait a few hours until you see it as 400. If you don't though, then report the bug obviously. I'm still waiting here to confirm if this is a new bug or something related to the 24-hour cooldown and reset for the gold machine. The last news I have for you is regarding the new Vault server room shelter. It went live with update 26 as well. And this is a giant one, guys. It's also very tall, a little bit like the Atrium one. Besides large, spacious, and very tech-savvy, this shelter is a huge letdown nonetheless. How comes though, you may ask? Well, that's because a huge part of it is not accessible to players. There is this huge control room filled with panels and chips and computers, and apparently some sort of junk around as well, but it's blocked by the cleanest window we ever had in 76. Actually, I think they forgot to add the texture there or something, because it looks like an invisible wall. It has full visibility, there's no spots, no dirt, nothing. It's like completely transparent, 100%. I mean, I know they want to tease us and make sure we can see clearly what's inside, but hey, it's a bit too much. Even when you shoot at it, there are no bullet holes, nothing at all. So it's probably a bit buggy. It's quite strange. Anyway, this shelter has 4 rooms, a small entrance one. Then we have the main one, of course, with some platform which goes into this locked room with a huge window, the cleanest of them all. And then we have 2 more rooms, one on the left and one on the right. The right one has 2 more locked rooms, which, well, one is a small office, just like this one. I managed to put my photo mode behind me and capture the beautiful images there. And then to the right side, we have another room, which is basically a server room. Well, then it's really a shame because they surely spent a lot of time and effort creating all these new rooms. And for what exactly? Just for display? Really? At least let players enjoy your hard work, Bethesda. Come on, let's be real. Lastly, besides the 2 control panels at the entrance, there are also lots of control panels in the main room. And they all have the shelter control options attached to them. So make sure not to misclick and scrap all while building, please. Well then, final verdict. I think it's a decent shelter, but there's a lot of lost value here. I guess this is a great place for science and tech creations, but other than that, I'm not so sure. I mean, it's not like a cozy wooden theme or a vintage style will go together with all these screens and servers and windows. But at the end of the day, it's entirely up to you what spaces fit your creations. To finish off, I have a very weird bug to show you. Today, after doing a nuclear winter match for my score daily, I came back to Adventure to find duplicated pieces of my power armor in my armor tab. Then I also realized this strange frame called AtomCat. Fun fact, if I tried to inspect these items, it didn't work. I also tried to equip these duplicated pieces into my frame, and they didn't even show up when I tried. So yeah, I quickly realized this was all part of a huge visual bug I logged, and they were all gone. Like that. Thankfully though. Still, it's always a strange feeling to find such weird events with your inventory and your character. But then again, it's 76. Anything is possible, everyone. Everything. Alright then, I hope I could keep you up to date with everything Fallout 76. I am Marta Branco. If you enjoyed or learned something new, feel free to leave a like and subscribe for more. And as for me, well, time to go. Thanks to all my dear supporters. By the way, you guys rock. And I will see you all very, very soon in the next video. Until then, take care. Adeus. Bye bye.